Oh, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 525. Can you believe it? A FloWrestling Radio Live. I'm your host, Christian Piles, joined by the dynamic duo, Ben Askren, coming to us from Wisconsin. He said his hair looked terrible today. Tell him it's not true. Tell him he's beautiful.
You want the crowd? You want the crowd to tell me, or you want me to tell myself?
You actually tell yourself. Start with the man in the mirror, Ben.
I look outstanding.
Yes, you do. To my right, Stephen Kyle Brackey. He's fired up. He's watching. This guy loves football so much. He's watching LSU hype videos before the show to get himself jacked up. Brackey. He can't wait.
They were Ben, you had to have seen them. They were the sickest hype videos I've ever seen.
They're really good.
I can tell you, I really watch like zero football now.
But it was all over social media last year when they were getting ready to play in the national championship.
I did not see it.
Okay.
He follows like 9 accounts. I had to berate him to follow me.
Remember? You got me to follow that one guy that he's like the guy from the Waterboy, like you can barely hear what he's saying.
Oh, Coach O.
Coach O, yeah, this is his team.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was his team. Yeah.
Yeah,
you really like any English.
You would like Coach O. Yeah. We'll send you the video. You can watch it. I think you'll even like it, regardless. But hey, Ben, what is you're coming to Austin, Texas tomorrow?
Tomorrow, I'm gonna miss my first show. I always thought I was gonna have a tough time making all the shows because I generally travel a lot, and then Corona hit. And listen. He's missed about a dozen shows. Christian's missed about 9. I am an Iron Man. I haven't missed a show. So tomorrow I ruined my streak of we're going on like 7 months straight.
Yeah.
That was impressive.
Yeah. Which show was your first one? It was early January, so we could probably go back and find pretty easily.
It was Tuesday, January
6th, I think.
6th or I'll scroll back on my calendar right now. Yeah, it was 5, 6, or 7. January 7th was my debut on Flow.
Okay, I'll find it right now.
Yeah.
What's packing with Ben Askren like? Okay, January 7th. What? That was episode 442. Okay. So
wow, so I made 83 in a row?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Nice.
I think I did several hundred in a row, but that's,
Allegedly.
It's not alleged. It's very much provable.
When they catered to your schedule, because when you were the original operation, didn't you only do 1 day a week in the beginning, and then you ramped it up to 2, right? And then eventually 3.
It was 2 pretty quickly, if not.
Okay.
By the 3rd or 4th show, I think we started doing it a couple times a week. I don't know. This is all verifiable with.
And it was just you in the beginning, correct?
Yeah, I mean the first 4 or 5 episodes. Yeah, first 4 was just me, and then episode 5 Willie, and then that was the crew for a while.
And when did you guys start the Peanut Gallery?
Peanut Gallery would have been summer of 2016 when I moved to Austin.
Yep.
So around.
Oh yeah, I forgot. So you did the podcast from Virginia.
From the basement, baby.
Oh my gosh, I forgot that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Memories.
Wow, Christian.
All alone in the moonlight. Okay. Ben, how many pairs of flip-flops are you going to bring to Austin?
Why would I bring more than that?
Okay.
Because you broke a pair last week.
Because you broke a pair, and now you have injured feet, and you had to channel Wayne Boffman to get through the hike.
It was so bad. It was so painful, so I was trying to do deep breathing as I was walking, and then you can't measure every single step because there's rocks, and I'd step on one in a bath. I was like, ah! I was trying not to yell, so I'd be like, ah!
You would scream out in pain? It was that bad?
Oh, it was so bad. Not my normal steps, but then you'd step on a really sharp rock or something. Yeah, it was terrible. But it's not good.
Wow, bad visual. Hey, I don't know if you saw this, but Ben, you always do once a week. It seems like you do betting lines for UFC fights, so you're kind of gambling-ish.
I do. I love gambling. They actually, you know what I learned a couple weeks ago, Christian?
Tell me.
You're gonna love this. You can gamble on Bitcoin.
Oh my gosh.
What do you think about that?
Well, I know how to bet. I know how to bet then. It's gonna go up and down, but it's gonna hang around basically where it is.
Well, that's the simple way to do it. But then you can buy longs and shorts. And so, I could say I'm willing to sell my Bitcoin at say $20,000 one year from today. And for that option, Christian, because you think it's going to be above that, you're going to pay me $3,000. Right. Mm-hmm. So no matter what, I'm cashing out at $23,000 next year. Right now, if say at that date it was 40,000, well, now you just made 17 because you paid me the 3 and you paid me the 20, but now your Bitcoin's worth $40,000, right? So you made 17 on that.
Yeah, I don't think you have to worry about the 20 or the 40 in this case, but you never know.
We're talking about with the matches.
Yes. Okay.
Because Bitcoin could be 100,000 by next year. You don't even know.
Yeah, you've been saying that, but it's just hanging at 9. So we'll see. Hey, so for real gambling talk, actually, this is fake. This is faker than Bitcoin, actually, because there's nowhere you can bet on these, but it's fun to discuss.
Why don't you? Well, I actually tried pitching my bookies, who I do. I do some picks for them. I tried selling them on doing wrestling lines, but they never executed on it. I said, listen, you don't got to do it all, but maybe like do the NCAAs and do a few other big ones. I think there would be a relatively decent amount of betting. The hard part would be you'd have to get – I feel like wrestling people know wrestling, and maybe I could be wrong, but wrestling people know wrestling better than maybe football people know football. Football is more unpredictable. Mm-hmm. So you'd have to have someone who's really, really, really good at writing the lines, because if you didn't, you'd lose it. Ton of money.
Lose your shirt. Yeah, so you have to have a real expert doing them. I know that Sportsbook used to do NCAAs. They've done Olympic wrestling. They've done world championships before. That's kind of the extent of it. And for a little while, one of these, I forget which one.
Bet DSI.
Bet DSI was doing them for that place is kind of shady though, if you ask me.
I think they all are, because they all have to be offshore. They can't be based in America, correct?
Yeah,
exactly.
They can just I think
that's like the dumbest law ever. If we want to bet on some sports, we're freaking grown adults. You can buy weed, you can buy alcohol, but we can't gamble on sports. Like, this is shenanigans.
I know, we don't even have to wear shoes, but yet for some reason we can't gamble. It's ridiculous. You
know what, Christian? I actually misspoke on Twitter, and my wife questioned me, and I'm like, you know what? Maybe I'm wrong. I said it was the government law that you have to wear no shirt, no shoes in the service. I thought that was government law because it's posted at every single store. It is not. It is not. It is a store-by-store thing, but they just kind of all adopted it at the same time, which makes it seem as though it's actually law, but it's not. It's the store's, their thing.
I figured it was like a health department thing.
It's definitely racist against poor people. Well, that's not racist.
That's not classist?
Discriminating against poor people who didn't have shoes. Because, Christian, for the store's sake, whether you're walking in bare feet or whether you're walking in shoes, whatever's on the bottom of whatever you're stepping on is still going to be on the floor of the store.
And disgusting.
Whether you're barefoot, it's disgusting, right? But it doesn't matter if you have shoes on or no shoes on. It's still going to be on the floor of the store.
You're breaking my brain right now.
So obviously, it's very well. I've probably shopped in 500 stores barefoot. It's very discriminatory towards poor people, because I'm assuming that's probably the people who did not have shoes whenever they made the laws way back when. And they probably tried to keep those people out of their stores. I only ever got kicked out of one store for being barefoot.
Where were you? Louis Vuitton?
No, I was walking into a gas station, and I don't know how, but this dude, he must have saw me coming. And as soon as the doors, the slide door, they popped up, he goes, "No, you don't have shoes on."
Oh my gosh.
And the only other time was I was in Pennsylvania, and the guy tried kicking me out, but I just told him how ridiculous it was, and I just kept talking to him until he gave up. And then he said, "Okay, just go buy your stuff and leave."
Yeah.
And besides that, I've never been bothered.
Okay. Well, I'm glad.
One time, I went 16 days without wearing a pair of shoes just to see how long I could go.
Gosh, Ben. That's a ridiculous streak. Most babies don't even have a streak like that. Okay. First betting line. I'm sure we'll deviate and have a circuitous path to complete.
First betting line. Will Ben be wearing shoes on Saturday night?
Yes. Maybe not. I don't know.
How sure can you be?
So at 140 pounds, Vito Arujau versus Sammy Alvarez. Here's the spread and the money line and the over-under. So the spread is Vito minus 6.5. The money line, Vito minus 600. Over-under total points, 10.5. Been asking your thoughts.
Okay. I feel like if Vito gets on top, it could be 10 points real quick, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if this is a folk style match, I'm thinking this is highly competitive, a couple points.
Yeah, 1-2.
Freestyle, I've never seen Sammy Alvarez on bottom. And Vito has, he's got a solid lace, solid gut, solid crotch lift. He's got a lot of ways to score points on top. So I would probably bet that Vito's going to beat the spread. I would probably bet on Vito, even at minus 600, which I don't usually bet on people when they're minus 600 because it's like you're just not going to win. For those who don't know gambling, that would mean you have to bet $600 to win 100. So the return on your bet is not all that great. And the over-under is probably the one that I would bet the over on because I got to think Sammy is going to score at least a few points. Vito has a tendency to get sloppy at certain times.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think Sammy's going to score a couple points and then Vito will come back and get on top and, get a lace or get a gut or something like that and score a whole bunch of points.
I think if you think Vito's going to win, then you should bet Vito minus 6.5 because I think that's the best value. If you think he's going to win, he's probably going to win big, right? Mm-hmm. It's unlikely.
You would think, yeah.
Right? So, and like 6.5 in freestyle is really, that's one transition from takedown to a turn, right? Like a couple turns.
Yeah.
So they can pile up so quickly. I think Vito, that's the move because 600, yeah, you have to bet so much to get anything back. And 10.5 is kind of a scary one, and you can see why I put it there. Because if it's 10-0, you lose if you bet the over. So if I had to, I would bet Vito minus 6.5. I would bet Sammy plus 600, and I would bet over 10.5. I think if I had to choose all three, make a selection.
Cracky, your choice.
Decent value.
I would do Vito minus 6.5 if I was picking one of those.
He's just so good.
Vito minus
Dude, this guy gave Spencer Lee one. He beat Nick Soriano, okay, in freestyle. Yeah. He gave Spencer Lee, relative to the kind of matches Spencer Lee had been wrestling, a competitive match. His parterre defense was the difference there, and he talks pretty candidly about it. He's like, I was able to take him down. He took me down, but the difference was he turned me a bunch, and I couldn't stop. I couldn't turn him. So
what was the Soriano was 2-2, correct?
It was super close. I don't know if it was 2-2 or 3-2, but he got the late takedown. He was losing most of the match. He got the one takedown, and then Nick didn't have time to really respond. Yeah. Nick was clearly trying to win a very controlled match. And man, just getting through Nick Soriano is so hard to do. Fires off a leg attack, able to finish double leg. That's rare. So you got to think he's a pretty big favorite.
The other thing with this match is obviously Sammy uses his scrambling to his advantage. It's a big part of his game in folk style. And if he's not super well versed in freestyle, there's just some things that don't cross over directly, right? So, and you can scramble in freestyle. You just have to make some changes. Does that make sense?
Yes.
If he's not used to making those changes, then Vito's going to be able to get exposure points.
Yeah, I see that. Okay, so that's our first match of the night. Then we move to Jack Mueller versus Roman Bravo Young. All right, here's this one. 137 pounds, first of all, where this match is being wrestled. Mueller minus 1.5. Mueller money line minus 125. Over under 12.5 points. Ben Askren, where are you leaning on this one?
You know what? When I saw this in the doc, I actually was kind of surprised that Mueller was a favorite. And I don't know why I felt like that. I don't know. I thought maybe it's Roman Bravo Young was 33 and Mueller was 25. But I felt like Roman Bravo Young was going to be the favorite. So I will, with this, so obviously with the spread, then I'm definitely going to bet him. And with the line, I'm definitely going to bet him. I think we got a decent chance to stay under the 12.5. I know they're talking about put up 20 points. maybe we'll see that. I think that's more talk than anything, though.
Yeah, I mean, Roman has excellent defense, and
yes,
Mueller's really, really solid there too. They both are strong offensively, but it's hard to see them unless it's like a 4-4 match late and someone just blows it open with a takedown to a turn and it gets to they tech them, right, 14-4 type of thing. But that it's tough for me to see that. One thing I think, the size thing,
and
I can't prove this, Ben, but I would almost
you keep saying Jack Mueller's bigger.
Yeah, I would almost be positive he's bigger than Roman Bravo Young.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, I haven't seen these guys out of season, so I don't know what to tell you there. Yeah. Maybe you're right. What I was thinking was that, like with Sammy Alvarez, we brought up the fact that, he's not really good on. Well, we don't know how good he is on parterre defense. I feel like both of these guys have pretty solid parterre defense, so I don't know that either one of them's going to be able to turn the other one a whole bunch.
Yes, and I'm curious what the hand fight looks like here. Like, how much does Roman try to keep it from space? How much is Mueller able to get his hands on him? That'll determine it. So you would bet RBY money line or spread?
On both. I'm betting him on both. The other thing that I could see, I guess the other thing where I could see the points going up is if Jack Mueller gets a lead and then Roman Bravo Young keeps trying to force shots, and Jack Mueller's got that really good chest wrap. I could see that happening potentially.
I could see that, but I feel like Roman's not like a volume shooter. He's not going to fire. He's like fired off a lot of double legs. I think it would be tough, but I mean, Jack Mueller is really good there, but I don't think we'll see Roman shoot a lot of low-level stuff. So I think he'll be able to avoid that. I think he's going to be really well prepared for this match and like kind of what Jack does. Yeah. He seemed in his interview with it's really interesting because you take Chimizo on one hand. He's like, "Do you watch film?" I'm like, "Nah, bro." And then you got RBY who's like very schooled on what Jack has.
Yeah, he knew his whole game.
He knew about his slide by. He knew about his head pinch. Like, this dude has watched Jack Mueller, and some of it's like, I'm not saying he was doing film review. He probably just watches a lot of wrestling, but he is aware of where Jack's good, right? So
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Did you? Well, I guess it's a different question for you because you're old like me, and there wasn't flow in YouTube.
Oh. Well, we're talking trash here on this broadcast this morning.
We're like the same age, so it's a double dunk, really.
I think I got a few years on you.
No, you don't.
How old are you, Christian?
I'm 35.
Haha, 36.
That's not a few. I think we were both class of 2003, right?
I'm 2.
Okay, wow. My question was, were you a film guy? Did you watch any film? It didn't really exist as much, I guess.
Yeah, I think we discussed this a little bit when we were talking about Chimizo. And I said I like to watch a lot of film of good people. And, that's just kind of what I would do. And then I would, I watched enough wrestling where I knew a general idea of, this guy has a good this or this guy's a good that. So, maybe I shouldn't go up body with this guy, or maybe he's got a great high crotch defense, so I shouldn't shoot a high crotch, but I can shoot a single leg, right? That kind of like basic information I would know, but that was the extent of it. Like I didn't want to over worry about all the stuff he was going to do, rather more just force my style on them. Yes.
Yeah. So, okay, what were you going to say, Bracky?
We posted a clip of Mueller talking about like someone's got to pay for the weight he's going to cut. Like, he's absolutely bigger than Roman.
Yeah.
He was working out with Mitch McKee. He was the same size as McKee.
Mitch McKee's large,
a big 41-pounder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gosh. I'm taking Mueller in the points.
Yeah, I think I'm kind of towing the line here. I think one thing, if you pick Jack, it's like, all right, you think he's a little more freestyle savvy, but Roman's really freestyle savvy. I do think he has that bigger point potential, and that kind of makes me lean his way. Maybe more ways to score. He maybe has more ways to score, but I think all those different ways are going to be harder for him to get to against Roman, if that makes sense. Like he's got all these ways, but Roman is just going to be tough for him to get to. I would take under 12.5 points.
Joe Caprino in the chat, he said we should give out a match of the night bonus. Have we thought about that, Christian? Because I think that would be fun. We could do that, can't we?
Well, we could give out a match of the night. What if RBY versus Jack Mueller's the match of the night? Or Vito, Sammy, we can't give them anything.
We could pay them in Bitcoin, and the government and the NCAA will never know.
Okay, you know what? We'll look into that, and they'll definitely never know because we're not live streaming or anything. There's no way to hear this conversation.
Well, they can't. They could just say, "Did you give them Bitcoin?" We say, "I don't think so." You never know.
It was just talking. It was just talking. Nothing serious.
Just for entertainment purposes, guys.
For sure.
Alone.
All right.
It was fake Bitcoin, just like OBJ was giving out fake money after the national championship.
Exactly.
Oh my God, you guys reminded me of this hilarious story. Okay, so there was this Iranian professor at the University of Missouri who'd always come to watch wrestling practice. His name was Mo, and he came up so often.
He would show underhooks.
No, he coached them to the warm up. Oh my gosh, if I did the warm up routine, you guys would die laughing. It was hilarious. We always tell us my country wrestling is #1 sport. But one time, Coach Smith decided to take this man to Vegas with us.
Oh boy. Okay,
no. Get this. I think I was a senior, I believe. It was a junior senior year. So this dude Mo shows up. He's got a suitcase. We're doing like the last practice. We're working out, and then we're showering, and then we leave, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I go, Mo. I said, you bring money to gamble with? And he said, yeah. And, he's kind of older. He's got a stack of $100 bills in his wallet, right?
Oh, my God.
I go, hey, Mo, how about this? How about every time someone gets a pin, they get $100, you give them a $100 bonus. He goes, yes, I love this idea. This is going to be so much fun. And Coach Smith, he went pale in the face. No, you can't do that. You cannot give these guys money for pinning people.
Man.
I tortured Coach Smith.
You took years off of that man's life. Poor Coach Smith.
How awesome. Mo just throwing out $100 bonuses for pins. It was fantastic. I think I got 5 pins that weekend.
Dang, that'd have been a great weekend. Better than the blackjack table. Okay, next one. Darian Caldwell versus Luke Fletcher. This one's at 149. Spread. Fletcher -2.5. Money line. Fletcher -225. Over under 8.5 points. This is man. So I just bannered. You can watch the full Luke Fletcher workout. He was actually training with Mickey Philippi. He of the guys when we were traveling, shooting practice, he looked as sharp and ready to go. Of course, he's coming off a college season. But he looked crisp, and I know his performance against Lugo wasn't great, but just in training he looked really, really solid. So he's the favorite here against Darian Caldwell, and prognosticating this match is so difficult because obviously at Caldwell's apex, he is better than Luke Fletcher has been, right? But we don't know where he is, how far he is from that apex right now. I don't know if there's going to be a size component factor here to consider. Darian, I'm sure, is somewhat larger. And then there's the other thing is, all right, yeah, I think if you said this match doesn't end in a pinfall, you would really favor Luke Fletcher. But Darian has
You're saying Darian's going to pin him? Well, what's the odds on that? What's the odds? Tell me what the odds are.
That is the thing.
What odds on it right now? Put it in the doc. Add it. Darian Caldwell winner by fall. Plus what? It's plus money. Plus 500, plus 1,000, plus what?
I'd say plus 400, plus 350.
That's relatively likely. So for example, when I beat Eglon Tani, I had the highest line ever for me to lose. Okay, he was plus 4,600.
Oh my gosh.
So I would say this Darian Caldwell by pin, I'm gonna go plus 2,500.
Plus 2,500?
Yes, I think it's really
unlikely?
Really, really unlikely. Yes, I think it's very, very, very unlikely.
In 4 years of college wrestling, Luke Fletcher was never pinned.
He was never pinned. How many times have you wrestled Darion Caldwell?
0.
Wow, debunked. He's vulnerable.
I'm just saying.
No, that is actually a very.
Not
Who
a
was
guy.
the best pinner that Fletcher wrestled? Jane Ironman? Did he wrestle Jane Ironman? No, they never crossed over, did they?
I don't think he did.
Hang on.
Who would be the best? Not Chad
Ironman's a
Red.
good pinner.
Chad Red does pin a lot of guys, but I mean Nick
Chad Red's a
Lee.
good pinner.
Nick Lee's a good
pinner.
turner. He fires up in points. I mean, how many times was a better question? Maybe not a better question, but how many times was he even bonused in his career? I bet that's a really
Can't be
small
a
number
lot.
as well.
I think Ashnault got him his freshman year.
He lost
first time.
Yeah, lost by major to Ashnault. Yeah, he's a hard guy to score on. But it doesn't take but one thing, right? And also Caldwell is like coming into it with that mentality is like, I'm gonna pin this dude. I'm gonna pin him in the first period. I'm gonna get him in something. He actually told me what he's gonna do. He's like, show me a video of Fletcher. He's like, see if he does this, I'm gonna get him if he does this. I'm not gonna say what that is. That would be too big of an advantage. But he thinks there's a good chance he's gonna get it. And the thing is, he can pin from kind of anywhere. He's got upper body stuff. He
wrestled Lezak.
Lezak, good turner. Did he beat Lezak?
He did 5-4.
Wow. Yeah.
He did wrestle a lot of pinners, man.
I hope Darren doesn't get mad. I hope Darren doesn't get mad at me, and I really enjoy him. But you know what? This whole attitude of you guys saying that Darren think he's going to pin him has me thinking that Luke's going to gas him out. It's going to be competitive for about 4 minutes, and then all of a sudden, it's going to get ugly. That's kind of how I'm feeling. So I would bet Luke with the spread, Luke with the money, and I'm going to say the over-under is definitely going to be above 8.5 points.
Wow. So hammering it hard for Luke Fletcher. So you know what? You know what this reminds me of? And you may think this is ridiculous, but it was just kind of the way I was thinking at the time. In Agon, when you wrestled Quentin, and Nick Simmons was wrestling Steven Abbess. And Simmons was coming off like a world fifth performance a couple years prior. He was still very much on the ladder in contention to make the team.
Yep.
Abbess hadn't wrestled competitively since 2008 when he lost to Henry.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, Simmons is going to absolutely destroy him. It's like, I concede Abbess was way better than Simmons ever was, but you can't be 5 years off and come in and beat a guy that's been top 5 in the world and is top 2 in the country right now. And he really beat Nick Simmons soundly. And that was eye-opening to me. I know it's apples and oranges, but that's just one thing that has always had me like, well, before you count out these old legends, just remember that a lot of them can still have it.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of them still do have it. I think you also have to look at it. And it's kind of like I said, I think it's going to be really competitive for about 4 minutes. And then I think it could be, maybe it could be 3 minutes, right? It could be a little shorter than that. I don't know when that wall is going to hit, that Darren's going to hit, but he's probably going to hit it. But like with the Nick Simmons, Abbess is Nick Simmons can't generate a lot of his own great offense. Most of his stuff comes off scrambles. So if I remember the match correctly, and I was there, is Abbess was so good, and Abbess is about as good of a mover as it gets. Mm-hmm. Abbess was able to really keep space really, really well in that match, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's kind of how I remembered it. And that's something that, he's always able to do. So Simmons wasn't able to close the distance and force the positions that he wanted to force.
Yeah. I just remember, that was not a great matchup for sure, but it was just kind of some evidence for me, like, to slow your roll, because I was like very confident that Simmons was going to win. Shame on me. That was cool though.
Fletcher did beat Dom Demas this year, who has a bunch of the headlocks and all that stuff. It was a very boring 2-1 match.
Yes, it was. This one won't be boring, that's for sure. But Darion should have negotiated like a 5-minute break between periods.
For sure.
Okay.
Definitely should have.
Next up, co-main event at 200 pounds. David Taylor versus Miles Martin. The spread is Taylor minus 9.5. My goodness gracious. Money line.
So essentially, if it doesn't end in a tech fall, then Miles Martin wins on the spread.
Right. Moneyline Taylor minus 1,100, over under 11.5 points. I like the over under. I would bet the over on the over under 11.5 points. I'd be surprised. David will give up some takedowns here and there. So all it takes is 1 Miles takedown and then a tech, and then you hit the over, right? Wait.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. So.
Yeah, correct.
And also, I don't know. I'm having a hard time. I would probably give Miles plus 9.5. I'd probably go with that. I think there's some value there. I think he's maybe a little underrated. I think he's really hard to score on. And probably a safe bet maybe is Taylor to tech.
Yeah, I mean, so with the one thing, with the spread, I could see there's a chance that this match is competitive. I think Miles is as good defensively, especially this down block go behind, as we've seen someone in college. And I brought that up yesterday. But Taylor just winning the match, like I have a hard time seeing a way that Miles is going to win this match. I can see it being competitive, that's for sure. So, I would probably not bet the spread because I could very easily see that one going either way. But on the money, man, I feel like that's the minus 1,100 is almost too safe for Taylor because I feel like, how's Miles going to win? It's going to be really tough for him.
Man, it's like bet Taylor on the over and then throw like $10 on Miles plus 1,100. That could be, a little tasty.
Yeah.
Over under 11.5, I would bet the over. It's gonna be intriguing to see, like, we learn where Miles really climbed the rung at Fort Worth, and put himself in that. Is he the number one contender at 86? And now we'll see where he stacks up against David Taylor, who we haven't seen against domestic competition since he made the team in 18. Is that right? Has he wrestled an American since he made the team in 18? I mean, Drew Foster, but I don't count that.
Like a minute.
Yeah, so he has not.
I don't think so.
Yeah, he hasn't had many opportunities, so that's going to be a great one. And then the main event, too close to call, spread Dake minus 0.5 point. Money line.
Can I fix the spread for you, Christian?
Yeah.
Well, it can't be a 0.5 point because obviously, right, that's it can't
even.
be 0.
Right.
I guess it could be. Oh my gosh, dude, I'm
Criteria.
such an idiot, Christian. I don't know why for a second. I just thought you can't end with a tied match. So I was going to change it to -1 is what I was going to change it to. Wow, I'm an idiot. Okay, yeah, no, it's great. It's perfect.
So Dake 0.5 point favorite. Moneyline Dake -110. Over under 7.5. Thoughts on these lines, Benjamin?
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go. Dake's gonna win, and it's gonna be by at least 1 point. So I'm taking Dake against the spread. Although I could see it being tied. I think Dake's gonna win, so I'm going to take Dake. And I will take the under on that. I do not think it'll be a lot of points. I would think I would be okay if you moved it Dake to say a little more of a favorite, like a -130, -140, somewhere in there to make it a little more risky to bet on Dake. Because right now, essentially, right, it's even money. It's really close to even. And I don't know. I feel like Dake's a little bit more of a favorite, but I guess hopefully I'm not the only one that feels that way.
Yeah, it's a really tough call because there's no for either of these guys. There's no examples of them wrestling someone like the other, right? Dake's never wrestled anyone like Chamizo. Chamizo's never wrestled anyone like Dake. So it's totally there's a lot of mystery there. I think part of what I've tried to do is like, all right, I have a very American-centric view of wrestling, and like I always err towards the side of the United States. So I'm wondering like how much of that is in my head right now, as I think Dake is the favorite, right? But Frank Chamizo is unbelievable. So I don't know. What do you think this match looks like? What does the hand fight look like? Does Dake try to 2-on-1? Do you think he tries to have a lot of control ties?
Yeah, but I also think Chamizo is great at keeping space. He's really good there. It's gonna be tough for Dake to close the distance. I think Dake will control the position at the end of the day, but it's going to be tough for him to control that space.
Yeah.
Hey, Christian, I just thought of something, and since there is no gambling on wrestling, what if there's a pin? So especially on these over-under lines, say what if it's 4-3 Fletcher Caldwell and Caldwell gets a pin. Now obviously it doesn't go over the 8.5. But would that negate the over? I would almost feel like that would negate the over-under, because obviously football's always going 60 minutes. They're not going to say, oh, there's a pin, it's over,
Right.
So the distance of the competition. With wrestling, it could be headed towards that over, and then there's a pin, and then obviously it stops. Is it one of those things where, and maybe you don't know because there's not really gambling in wrestling, where this over-under line is only valid in the case that it goes the entire match?
It could be something like that. I think about, like, as far as the spread goes, like if the spread is Fletcher -2.5, and let's say he pins Darion, then that would be hitting the over for Fletcher for points. But as far as like the total match score, I don't know. Maybe just like if in the event of a pin, it's just off. It doesn't count.
Yeah,
because that happens
just get
too.
Your money back. Yeah,
you just get your money back.
Yeah. If it is a push, essentially.
Yeah.
You could also do, obviously, I think that would be interesting. Would be, and this would be more interesting in folk style wrestling if we're doing gambling lines. But each guy, and this is what they do for fighting. Like they'll have a winner by KO or TKO, winner by submission, winner by decision, right? And they'll have all those for each person, and they'll put the line on each one of those options. So like in folk style, it could be winner by decision, winner by major, winner by tech fall, winner by pin. Which one? And then obviously, because if there's a match that's really not all that competitive, that's going to make it a lot more fun to bet on, because you're going to say, well, he only had 13, so you didn't tech him. So I lost money because I bet on the tech or whatever.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So a lot of the athletes are arriving today. I know David Taylor's on his way, Miles Martin, I forget who else. I think Dake and Shimizu both arrived today. So we should have some on-the-ground coverage with those guys as they arrive. I know Mike Mal and Bader will be headed to the venue to do some stuff with them. So very exciting times. The time is upon us. We have a lot of really good questions. Maybe we start them now, and who knows where we go. From there, did I get those?
Chamizo, Martin, David Taylor, Fletcher, Kyle Dake.
Nice.
We should bet money. You know what, Christian? Can we do something fun for a minute?
That's ridiculous.
Why not? I want to have a challenge with you two suckers.
Oh, okay. A foot race.
Let's go. I can't even run, so that's not what I'm going to do. I can't. Sometimes I forget that I can't. I run. I'm like, I am.
It's like you stepped on a rock on a trail.
Oh, it's terrible. Yeah, it's very painful. Let's do something where we each get, say, 50 tokens are theoretical, right? And we can bet on certain things that we really like here. Mm-hmm. And whoever wins, the other two got to do push-ups on the show on next Tuesday.
Okay. I do like this. I like this. 50. We got 50 Shroot bucks, and we're gonna bet. I don't know if I want to do.
So you can bet them any way you want. You can go 10, 10, 10. You can go all 50 on one bet if you want to. You can do whatever you want. Obviously, if you want all 50, say on Taylor winning, well, the problem is you're only going to win, $5 more dollars, so you end up with 55. So if the other people get it right, now there's a decent chance they're going to, they're going to beat you. Just to explain how betting works to some people.
All right. How would you spend your money?
Okay. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to go. Yeah. Hey, who's writing this down? Frankie, you writing this down?
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah. He doesn't even have a pen.
Okay. He doesn't have a pen. Okay. I'm going to go. So if we bet spread, that's even money, right? So if I bet 10 and I get the spread, then I get 10, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or whatever it is. Same thing with the over-under. Obviously, if you bet the money, then you got to consider what the line is. So I'm gonna go Vito spread for 10 Shroot bucks.
So
I'm gonna
Vito
go
minus 6.5.
Yeah.
So I think he's gonna win by seven or greater. I'm also gonna go the over-under on that one. I'm going to go the over for 10 more bucks.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm going to go Fletcher against the spread for 10. I'm splitting mine 5 ways, I think. Okay, I'm going to go Roman Bravo Young on the money. So he's an underdog here. So you didn't actually write, so you obviously got to write that in. Then he's the plus whatever.
Yeah.
So let's see. So I got 10 more, and then I'm going to go Roman Bravo Young against the spread. Those are my 5 bets.
Dang. Okay. I could just either. All right, Bracky, what are you thinking?
Are you writing them down on the dock?
That's what I want to do. I want to go 50 on just one and just.
Yeah, I got it all, Ben.
Okay, sweet.
Okay. What am I gonna do here, man? Where are you leaning, Bracky? How you gonna spend your money?
I just put it all on DC.
Dude, that would be the 0 or euro move.
Against the spread or with
money line.
Money line.
Oh, yeah, you would automatically win if you.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
I'm doing it. I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
Oh my God! This is your 0 or hero. You're either gonna win, right? Because
I'm swinging for the fences. I'm doing what Darian's gonna do.
Yeah, I love this. You're definitely not gonna win, Ben.
What do you mean I'm not gonna win? If Caldwell loses, Kyle's got 0. He's got nothing.
I'm gonna. Okay, so I'll just split. Here's how I'm gonna win, because I just want to win this contest right now.
Well, I could be wrong, Christian. I could be wrong 4 times out of 5, and Kyle could be wrong once, and I'm still beating him.
No, but I'm gonna beat. Right? Listen, Caldwell will lose. I'm gonna, and one of yours will be wrong. Mine will be right, and then I win. Okay. So I'm just gonna go Dake spread 50. So he wins by 1 or more points, $50. So all I really need is one of your things to not hit, right?
Correct. Because if all mine hit, the only money line I bet on was the Mueller Bravo Young. So if I hit, damn it, I've hit all mine to win, and you always hit Dake. Change that line.
You tried to, and then you had to publicly apologize.
Back. No, I want to change the line to 1 Dake minus 1.5.
Oh wow! So now after we've begun the contest, Ben Askren changes the. Okay, so it's either going to be. All right. It's basically you have guaranteed defeat, Ben.
I don't.
Yeah, I'm.
Chamizo could win. Chamizo could win, and Fletcher could win. What do you mean guaranteed defeat?
I'm just.
And
saying.
I like all my bets.
All right.
I like all my bets.
I like your bets too. I like my bets. I love Bracky's mentality. And yeah, push-ups on the line. How many? He's going to reduce the number.
Well, one fun thing that Sean Charles did, and we could do it. We could just however you want. Maybe we could do it. Since we'll all be in Austin, we should do it. We should do like on site. Maybe we videotape each other or whatever.
Okay.
Sean Charles would do this thing. It was the best. It was only 10 push-ups, Christian. Here's the deal. You could tell them anytime you want. So you guys could be like out to dinner. You'd be like, oh, give me 5 push-ups. Right? And then just do 5 push-ups whenever you said. And that was like a lot of fun. But you pick a number and we're good.
Let's say 50. Good number, right?
50 push-ups. All right.
Okay. 50 push-ups on the line.
Good. I love gambling. I'm glad we actually gambled on this. There's I know there's no real money on the line, but just having some pride on the line is good.
I bring this up every now and again, and you deny it ever happened, but it happened. We had a bet that Kyle Hutter was an All-American for Old Dominion, and you didn't believe me that he wasn't. And I was like, yes. And then you were so adamant that he was. I was like, all right, well, you're like, okay, I'll bet you push-ups. And you were wrong. And
are you still saying I owe you push-ups?
Yes, to this day. That's like from 2013, 2014-ish.
If I win them back, then you don't have to do it.
Okay. Well, no. Wait, what?
You owe me.
You
would owe me. If I win, you would owe me push-ups. So I'm saying, by your allegations, we'll just not let you do them.
Okay, fair.
Just another example of Ben not believing anything we tell him.
Yeah, just calls us liars.
Kyle, you believe in aliens.
Yeah.
Ben, you believe in some stuff. Let's not pretend all your beliefs are rooted in reality, okay? And what's proven.
Definitely reality. I'm a reality-based guy.
All right. Agree to disagree there. All right, questions from Lee Schmalls. If I send Ben Askren Bitcoin for his birthday, will he send me 2 times back?
No, that was a scam that was on Twitter. I will not do that.
All right,
I will also not say I'm going to do that, and I will not scam you.
Not a scammer, Ben Askren. All right, the real Avery Lynch. He asked this question twice in a row, so we're gonna ask it. This card is amazing. Well, thank you. What match between 2 college wrestlers within 1 weight class of each other would you want to add to the card if you could have? Can include wrestlers who are redshirting. Oh, this is easy for me. It's easiest.
It's gotta be Spencer and somebody.
Spencer Dayton, all day long.
It was funny when we were putting out some of these matchups. I think the Friday when we announced Alvarez, Vito, and then Caldwell, Fletcher back to back. Someone was like, "Guys, just make Spencer Dayton happen."
Guys,
Seriously.
listen, no one wants that more than me. I want that match more than any other match, maybe in America. I'm dead serious. More than Burroughs Dake. I want to see Spencer Lee and Dayton Fix wrestle again. I want it adamantly. Freestyle, folks, I do not care. I want those 2 to wrestle.
Well, because they were going to at the World Team Trials, and then the Olympic Team Trials.
Potentially,
They're going to again. They're young. Yeah. They'll wrestle again.
They were going to at Dapper Dan, and Spencer got hurt.
Dude, it's cursed. They're not allowed to wrestle again. It's a very it's a weird thing. I mean, they haven't wrestled since 2015. 2015, yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, whenever the cadet trials were.
Yeah.
How crazy is that?
It's crazy. It's making me crazy.
Driving everybody crazy.
Yeah, I'm going nuts. Yeah, we wanted that match to happen for sure. So that's it for me. I don't know if you want to throw others into consideration. That's tough.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch in that where you could go.
Who do you want Yanni to wrestle?
Yanni Dayton or someone like or Yanni Seabass would be fun.
I love that.
There's a couple of those. Yeah, there's a couple of those that would be a lot of fun. Obviously, Spencer versus any of those guys is a lot of fun. Also,
I kind of think this match, maybe it goes big time for Yanni, but I think Yanni Nick Lee is a bonanza. That's a really fun match in my opinion. And maybe
that's fun.
Yanni might catch him in a cradle and pin him, but dude, Nick Lee is his improvement and just how much he attacks. I think would be really. If you think of a lot of Yanni's opponents on the path to his titles, it's like. Joey McKenna is a really positional wrestler. He picks his spots. Jaden Ironman likes the match to come to him. Who else? Bryce Meredith, pretty offensive, but also more known for his defense and top work. How many volume attackers have we seen Yanni get to go up against? So that's something I would really like to watch. And I was
thinking, both those guys. What about Joey Gunther and Vincenzo Joseph?
Stop.
I just want to see the look on Kyle's face. No, but how about this one? Vincenzo Joseph, Mark Hall.
Ooh. I like that one. Man, who would win that match?
Fun. I don't know. That'd be fun, wouldn't it? Mark would win, probably.
Yeah, I would pick Mark.
You would?
Yeah.
Man, I don't know.
That would be good, though.
I'd probably pick him, but I don't know, man. They're both so dang good. We could just ask them who would win. I bet they would know. I remember when.
Give you a good answer?
Yeah. I remember when remember Shinzo just openly admitted that Zane Rutherford would go up and could beat him and all these other guys, and he was the 49.
Really? I don't remember this. When was that?
He tweeted it or something like that. Shinzo got some accolade or whatever the year they won 5, I'm pretty sure, and then Shinzo tweeted something about how Zane Rutherford beats me to this day kind of thing.
Really?
Yeah, I have to find it, but I'm pretty sure it's real.
Wow, crazy.
Yeah, Zane really, really good. Okay, so Ayala got teched at a tournament over the weekend, I guess. And
I had a few kids that went to this tournament. I got asked to take a team, and I don't know. I just thought hey, Ben, I've been in practice for 8 weeks, and it's going well. And I just felt like if Corona is a real thing, which I know it's real, but it's really dangerous.
Is that a sentence we need to say?
Maybe we shouldn't have.
Is the jury still out?
Okay. Well, there are a lot of people who think it's not dangerous. That's what I should.
Okay, there are so many idiots that walk among us every day. That should not be.
Well, Christian, if it is really dangerous, why are 24 teams from all across the country getting together? This does not seem like a good idea. If it's really that dangerous.
Well, it's dangerous. Well, anyway.
That's why I didn't go.
Got it. But as far as the result, I don't.
Well, how do you feel about that? You don't want to discuss it.
Well, what do you mean? How do I feel about it? I obviously don't feel a ton of risk to myself personally because I'm a very healthy person and my family's very healthy and I haven't gotten sick in, I don't know, years.
7 years.
Yeah, it's been a while. Maybe not 7 years. No, definitely within 7 years. But I don't get sick, so I have a really strong immune system. I was in North Jersey and flew in March when this thing was going off. I've been living my life and traveled several times, flown several times. No one in my family's got it, so I feel, fine. And I'm not that worried about it.
Right.
But that doesn't make it wise. Do I want to sign up? And Ben, and that's the question, Ben, that I wasn't in. It's like, do I want me personally to go and do this thing? You are saying, do I want to say, hey, 25 kids, let's go somewhere, right? That is a different question. So I had to answer a different question.
Is the risk worth the reward? Is the risk worth, or are we going to get something out of this? Or is it just a handful of matches?
Right. And that's another thing. Yeah, what are you getting at? I felt like there's extreme value in me going on the road and being able to do this stuff, right? But for your guys, I don't know. But I guess I bring it up because it's like, what do you make of the result of Drake Ayala losing? And I don't make much of it. I don't think it's a.
Who did he even lose to? They didn't say that.
I don't know. The video.
He lost to Adam Allard, who's 3-time Iowa State champ. He's going to UNI.
Oh.
Dang.
He
Schwab mob.
He got beat in the finals this year. He was going for his 4th state title.
What?
Yep.
Allard did?
Yeah.
By who?
I don't remember. Hang on.
Okay.
That's crazy. What?
Aiden Noonan.
I've heard of him, which is actually impressive because I don't know high school all that well. Okay, so him getting tech, it's just like your preparation level against someone that good has to be pretty high, or something like that can happen. And how prepared some of these guys haven't. It's not like they're ignoring being prepared. It's just like they want to wrestle, but they probably haven't been able to train like they normally would. And I would assume, and you know what? Maybe that's not fair to Allard, who did the thing and won the match. But you do have to say, okay, well, how prepared was Drake in this for this thing? So,
I'm not putting a ton of stock in any of these high school results, just because, there were kids that literally couldn't get in anywhere.
Yeah.
And everybody's situation was different. And, it's still a good win for Allard. It's just, I don't know, how much weight can you put into a win like that?
It says someone in the chat said Ayala also lost to Casey Swiderski, who I remember that name. He's pretty scrappy.
Yeah, Ayala took multiple losses, but the question that we were asked was about Allard.
Yeah, interesting.
Hey, let me pitch this at you guys, because I was just thinking about this for myself, because some kid said, hey, Ben, are we going to Super 32? I said, well, if there is a Super 32. Oh, God, right? But for a bunch of my kids, so, God, let's hear your take. For a bunch of my kids, specifically the juniors, but obviously, say, Keegan got noticed big time after his sophomore year, right? Same thing with Jacob Roshka after his sophomore year. Those sophomores or those juniors, they're not getting matches. They're not getting seen right now. So it's almost like, do I somehow invite a whole bunch of good kids to my facility so they can wrestle those matches? Because, this is where in my opinion, a lot of our kids are, making this huge upward swing. But I got to get them seen somehow. And how do I actually, if matches don't happen this fall, how do I do that? Or do college coaches just keep holding their scholarships because they're not seeing these kids?
If you think it's a good opportunity and your guys are ready, line up some other ranked studs from around the country, or just get a bunch of Illinois, Wisconsin, Iowa people up to your joint and have them scrap it out.
Makes
sense.
Something like that, right?
Yeah. So I would understand that for sure. Bob Vance, Advanced Refrigeration. Would you rather NCAAs be in Washington, D.C. or back in Philly? Oh, boy.
What's the arena in D.C.?
It's right. It's Verizon Center. It's like in the mix. It's right in the city. I would say that.
Yeah, let's do that.
Let's go DC, nation's capital.
Just watch out for the
Capital
swamp.
One Arena now.
It's Capital One Arena now, dude.
Wow.
Catch up, mustard.
Verizon got see, I'm old. I remember back.
It's right by Chinatown.
Yeah, so it's in the mix. So let's go DC.
Yeah,
not
it is
Philly.
in the mix.
Yeah.
I wasn't at Philly, but I heard it was terrible.
It was
so
terrible.
Let's not do that.
Basically, our criteria for NCAAs is the arena in the mix? If it's in the mix, we're down. If it's not in the mix, hard pass.
Yes, agreed.
Listen, Cleveland was awesome because everything was in the mix.
Hey, are you taking any of your guys to the summer showcase in Oklahoma, Ben? Because that's going to have a lot of really good guys.
I never heard about that.
You need to read up, or you need to go to FloWrestling. 'Cause Coach Guerrero and it put this whole thing together. It's going to have a bunch of the best kids in the country.
Really far away.
Really far away.
I'd rather do it myself. You know what? Maybe
PA
we'll do
kids
it
coming to this.
Pennsylvania, yeah. Well, it's just
Okay.
see, PA just wants it more. That's just what I learned today, Ben.
I mean, again, it's just like I right. The liability is on me if I push kids to do something, and I'm not sure that I want all that risk of sending kids all across the country. But I don't know. Hopefully, Corona starts toning itself down a little bit, and we can start moving forward a little faster.
Yes, Lord willing. CJ Kemp, watch Ben's match against Quentin at work tonight. A lot of Aegon talk on this show. Who would have thought?
Aegon, baby.
Who saw he got in the Merkel position a lot? Was that something he saw from Quentin's old matches, or something he felt as the match progressed?
Okay, so it wasn't necessarily the Merkel. I went to a high
near
gut
leg
whole
in,
bunch.
right?
I literally made this move up in the match, right?
There we go. What? Do you mean?
What?
You did?
Well, no, yeah. Okay, so you can watch it. So I knew I needed to control his lead hand so he didn't underhook me, right? So I said, this is simple.
You're not a dummy.
So I'm not a dummy. I need to control his lead hand, otherwise he's going to underhook me. So I could control his lead hand, and I kept getting a situation where I would, it was more than his control. I would hook it in I would hook his arm in my leg, and then I would use that to pull him down to the mat. And after that match, I started using it very frequently. Like I was like, wow, that was really cool. I should probably do that more often. And I did, but then it allowed me to get to my high gut. And I remember I scored a whole bunch of points in that match. I mean, I think that match was like 23-8. And I think I probably scored 10 points off a high gut, I would guess.
Well, yeah, it was.
Right, there was no tech falls, so I think it was 23-8.
23-8.
What was the score? 21-8.
It was not close. I remember that. I don't
match
remember.
was fake, right?
I don't remember the score. Yeah, someone said it was.
It's possible.
Wow, more information coming in. There's Wisconsin kids going to the showcase, summer showcase in Oklahoma. So maybe look into it, Ben.
Yeah.
Okay. You could
on Flow. You guys have the match on Flow.
I know. I'm looking right now.
Yeah, we're looking.
What was the score?
We didn't have scoreboards.
Apparently, we didn't have scoreboards.
Scoreboards hadn't been invented yet.
Sweet.
But surely you guys pan over there at the end of the match, right?
I don't know. This is where you called out Kyle Dake, and now you're fist pumping.
You're fist pumping while you're on top of Quentin at the moment.
You're really partying on it hard. Quentin Wright doesn't deserve this. Quentin Wright is a really nice
sweet
guy.
I agree.
Yeah, and you agree you partied on him.
I did. Well, I'm a showman. What are you gonna say?
I guess so.
What is? How come you guys aren't panning to the score? Why do you have a scoreboard? Ozzy, you can't be here. Oh God, Ozzy just broke in, guys.
I thought you had an Ozzy-proof door. Listen.
I thought I locked the door. I didn't. Ozzy.
I went to my car. Yeah.
Ozzy's on the show. All right. What is the damn score of this match, though, Ozzy?
No one knows.
We can't figure it out.
They're wrestling.
wrestling.
You're right, Ozzy. He can't hear me. I'm just talking.
At some point, they'll figure out that my wife will figure out that he's escaped into my office. All right, the best call. So Aegon 3 was dark, meaning like no one saw it.
Yeah, those are the best events.
And so I had a great call out. That one, I had the best call out, and no one got to see it. It was really so. Kyle Dake had the shirt out at the time that said anyone, any weight, anywhere, or something to that effect, right? And so I said, I beat Mike. The Mike Porter match was freaking outstanding. I beat him 9-7. And I said after that, I said, listen, I saw a kid walk around with the shirt that said Kyle Dake, any weight, anywhere, anyone. I said, Kyle Dake, stop lying to the kids.
And he passed up on every call out.
Yeah, I mean, they offered him quite a bit of money to wrestle me. Ozzy thought the joke was funny too.
He gets your humor.
How has my wife not realized that he's gone? This guy is like, he just disappears.
Yeah.
Ben, so I was trying to find the score of that match just by like searching Google, and I found a forum on ShareDog where someone said 5 reasons Ben Askren is finally going to get his ass kicked, and it was about the match with Quentin Wright.
Dude, hold on. Mark Bader made that post. Hold on. Mark Bader.
Mark Bader.
He made that thread.
Oh,
Mark,
shoot.
you're going, I'm gonna kick you out. Remember, Mark had to shave his head because of this match. Do you remember that?
Yes.
He was just trying to get everybody riled up.
Yeah. So they're like, someone must have said, "Hey, can you let's spice this up on the ShareDog forums?"
Dang it, I got trolled by Bader.
Bader got you good, dog.
Bader, that's too funny.
Okay.
Ozzy, why don't you go upstairs? Can you go upstairs? We'll go work on the lawnmower after this, okay?
Needs a new carburetor. All
He
right,
loves working the lawnmower. And now twice he has left my lawnmower light on. He'll go in there, press all the buttons, and it's dead then, and I gotta freaking jump it.
Heck on it, Ozzy.
Kids.
He needs grounded.
All right.
You could change one loss to a win. Whose overall career could this impact the most?
Well, I'm changing my own. I'm gonna be selfish and use it for myself, and go. I'm gonna beat Fundora, and then I get to wrestle Satia. So that would be me.
Oh man.
Because I'm selfish. But you guys can choose somebody else.
Think about this.
We've done this question before.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah?
I didn't think of this answer. But what if you change Gable's Owings loss to a win?
Oh,
Because dude,
that's
huge. How much he talked about that match and how it I think he had an incredible intrinsic drive for sure.
Yeah.
Bye Ozzy.
Bye Ozzy.
I think Gable had an amazing intrinsic drive, but I think that loss really did fuel him a lot. And who knows what kind of coach it was and how he kind of credits that loss for helping him relate to his athletes and learn, it was a big lesson for him. So who knows how his coaching career goes, how the Olympics go. I mean, I don't know. It is kind of a ripple effect match, that loss. So
that's a good one, Christian. I think you win.
Okay, sweet. Although you wrestling Satiev would be incredible.
Ben, you beat Quentin 22-8, by the way.
They didn't give you the riding time point.
I was close.
Yes.
It was freestyle top bottom. That was the 8-guy rule set was the most superior rule set ever invented, Christian.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, another big one is if McElravy doesn't lose to Ernetti, right?
Yeah, that would be huge.
Ernetti.
Christian, you wrote this recap, and then you said, now to the call-out. I was fired up after that and want pretty much every wrestling fan to see that match. I love Askren, and he's one of my all-time favorites, but I think I like Dake in this potential matchup.
Oh!
So, Kyle, we hope you'll consider this fight. I don't think you have anything to worry about.
Piles, I'm going to have to put a headlock on you.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, hey, I wrote a lot of words over the time. This is a way too long recap. What was I doing?
don't know. Did you do this?
No, that has Nick Velikat written all over.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Funny,
yeah.
Christian.
Yeah, you don't have anything.
See, I know. Listen. See, other wrestlers. See how I didn't get offended by that. You guys got to get less offended when Christian says something about you.
Yeah. Well. Anyways, moving on. We won't get into that.
Listen. There's not a much more offensive way you could have picked Kyle Dake.
Yeah.
You said he doesn't have much to worry about.
I don't think you have anything to worry about.
A single thing. There's nothing
Are you just trying to be
Kyle.
a dick or what?
I was trying to. Kyle, you got nothing to worry about here, man. Just wrestle
Christian,
Ben Askren.
I just beat a 197-pound national champion by 14 points, and you're telling Kyle Dake he's got nothing to worry about.
Not a thing.
How rude.
That is rude. Crap. I'm gonna see him tomorrow. Ben's gonna noogie me.
Have you ever talked to him about all those call-outs you gave to him, Ben?
No. Maybe I'll bring that up. And,
Yeah, you should.
I know. So the first time when they offered us the money for the first match, I was so pissed because he wouldn't say yes, and I figured that me making money hinged on him saying yes, right? And luckily they went and found us a different opponent, but the amount of money they were paying us for a wrestling match, I had never heard of for a wrestling match. And I had done a whole bunch for free. I'd done the Jake Herbert match for free. I'd done a few other ones for free just because, whenever I enjoyed it. And they kind of say, hey, here's all this money. And then Kyle Diddy's going to say no because he thinks he can get more money because his dumb agent is talking to NBC Sports or something. Like, give me a freaking break, bro. Knock it off. That's not going to happen. That I said that wasn't going to happen, and it did not happen. In fact, I was 100% correct on that. So I was DMing him. We were going back and forth. I was very hostile about that he was saying no. But no, I haven't talked to him about it since. So who knows? Maybe we'll bring it up this weekend.
All right. Rekindle that.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll rest. What if he accepts the challenge now?
He'd kill me now. I can't wrestle.
Terrible.
I'm only 5 weeks off. I get surgery in 5 weeks.
I know, man. Then you're gonna miss more shows, I guess. Unless we can get that studio situation in the hospital.
Yeah, I will have to miss some shows, huh? Hopefully I'll recover quick. I'll probably maybe just 1 week.
Okay. Well, either way, we'll be ready for you. You're starting a D1 program tomorrow with the goal of winning NCAAs as soon as possible. Your program has a choice. Either you get funding for an elite RTC but no scholarship money, or a full 9.9 and no money to recruit RTCs. Which do you choose and why?
Dumb question.
Scholarships.
Yes.
But it's a dumb question because you're not going to win an NCAA without an RTC in 2020.
You believe that's true? Yeah, probably.
I mean, true. Who's gonna? Anyone that's got a chance right now has an RTC. There's right. I mean,
what good kids are you gonna get to come to your school though if you can't give them any kind of help?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, well, you're not. You're just not the answer to this question. Without either one of these, you're not going to win a title.
You know
There's
what?
There's no hope.
Somewhere, Rob Cole or a Cornell fan is saying we have 0 scholarships actually, and so the answer is this. So
yeah, that's true.
I guess elite RTC is the way to go.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, what kind of RTC does Iowa have right now?
Yeah.
I mean,
Spitzer
Lee's their best.
Yeah, good counterpoint. They
got, and he's a college wrestler.
Paul Glenn,
Sammy Brooks.
Paul Glenn.
Who else? Don't you remember they signed him? And I'm like,
I know,
but like, he's not trading. He's like
the
director of operations.
Yeah, he's like helping out with like the fundraising side of things.
Yeah,
okay.
So I'm thinking. Yeah, it's kind of a lead RTC is not always necessary. Say what you want.
It's just something that I think the blue blood programs have the budget and the backing to have.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I was getting ready to load up, right? Because after this year, they're going to have Spencer. I would assume Kemmer is going to stick around. Lugo's obviously sticking around. Marinelli, probably.
I would assume.
Right? I mean, his wife works there. You would think he'd be.
So if you're Iowa, you're saying, well, you're not spending your money right now because you're saving it because in 1 year, all these guys are going to be graduating and you're going to need a relatively large budget to keep them all around, aren't you?
Yeah, I believe so. That's a good thought. So they're saving up. All right. Next question.
DeSanto, he's probably going to stick around. That's a lot of dudes.
Yeah, I need Austin
DeSanto
DeSanto.
Has never wrestled a freestyle match in his life, I don't think.
I need to see it.
What else is he going to do?
I don't know. Coach?
This man was made to wrestle. He's going to get out there and wrestle.
He was made to wrestle.
Or fight. He could fight. He could fight somebody.
I feel like DeSanto as a fighter, I feel like he'd be like Glory or just like immediate KO. Like in every single fight. It's like, dude, something crazy is going to happen every time, but he'd be so aggressive. He's so aggressive in wrestling matches, just like how forward and like trying to score. I can't imagine him as a MMA guy. Yeah, he needs to keep wrestling. All right, here's a change up from Gene Parmesan. Neapolitan ice cream etiquette. Scoop across all three or only scoop the individual flavors? Neapolitan.
No.
Yeah, what do you do?
If you scoop one flavor, you're a butt nugget.
What I was gonna say, what's the point of getting Neapolitan ice cream if you're only scooping one flavor?
You're ruining the ratio. That's why I yell at my wife sometimes for this. If we have, say, like, there's some pasta dish or you pick some type of food we're eating, right? And there's one specific ingredient she likes more than the other. Well, that's separate, right? But more like a pasta where the meat and sauce and whatever's mixed together, right? Vegetables,
got it.
In one dish. And you say, well, I like this one ingredient. So you start picking that ingredient out and you're taking more of those. It ruins the ratio. There's a ratio. Someone cooked that dish for there to be a ratio of vegetables and meat and pasta and sauce. You can't ruin the ratio, Christian. You take all the meat. Now there's only noodles and vegetables and sauce. That's crap. Don't ruin the ratio.
I'm with you. Don't ruin the ratio. Some people go crazy with the cheese or crazy with the meat sauce. It's like everything in proportion. It's a delicate balance. Regarding the Neapolitan question, I love all three flavors, but I don't like the chocolate strawberry combo. So I actually need those two separated for maximum enjoyment.
But you can scoop them into your dish and then separate them once they're already in your dish.
This is talking scoop direction here. He says so it'll all be in one. So he's saying do you scoop out a strawberry scoop out a vanilla, scoop out a chocolate and separate, or just one big across the thing? So
do you still have to take one scoop of all three of them?
You could, yeah. That's what I would do, yeah. That's how I would handle it.
But if you're like the guy that takes like 3 scoops of vanilla and no scoops of chocolate or strawberry, you're a butt face.
Yeah, just leave. Please leave my home.
Okay. Good. We're on the same page there.
Many college teams have grown their fan bases in the past 10 years through increased emphasis on community outreach, utilizing social media. How do colleges grow fan and donor enthusiasm during COVID? I don't know, man.
Possible.
It's very hard to do. They're excited about the program because, they get to watch the program and experience it, and it's tough to, keep that level of fervor when that thing is not there. That thing doesn't exist. So.
Just tell them you're going to be really good.
Just tell them we're going to be really, really good.
Give us all your money.
Just hear me out. It's going to be great. I promise. Man, I got busted on this one. This is interesting from Rashad Berry. I didn't know. I haven't watched the full workout, but during Dake's garage workout, how long did it take you to figure out the foldable chair? I never figured it out. I just used a different chair. I just posted it up there. I didn't know this.
What do you mean?
There was this like a camping chair that I guess it was Kyle's, and I never figured out how to open. It was like not a regular chair. I was like, forget it. I'm just gonna sit in this chair or something. I sat on the mat, but I had no idea I was on. That would make it into the thing. But yeah, Rashad.
It's so fitting that
I never figured it out.
Kyle Dake has a chair that you can't figure out how to open, Christian. I mean, it's just like that is so Kyle Dake.
We need to talk about his tweets yesterday.
I never claimed to be smart.
What?
Can you pull him up?
Because do you not see him talking about the sun?
I feel vindicated and validated. So go ahead,
Christian. But that's like you. That's one person. He's giving advice to a lot of people right now, to 79,000 people, and then we retweeted it, and I'm sure put it on Instagram.
As we should.
So now we're reaching like 1 million people. At this point.
Okay.
Hang on.
Well, you
do yourself a favor and drink some water, then get yourself in the sun. No sunglasses and with as much skin exposed as you're comfortable with. Boost your immunity.
That's what I do. This is what I do.
See,
I
never put sunscreen on. I think that's for wimps.
It's not for wimps. It's for people like me that are very fair skinned and then are miserable for 3 to 5 days afterwards when the sun wreaks havoc on us.
Man, sun's never been anything but kind.
Kyle says, if you cannot handle the sun, find a tree or put a shirt on. Duh.
But then it burns your face and your neck and the part of your arms that are exposed.
He said, build up your solar callus.
Yes,
I know. And then someone goes, wear sunscreen, skin cancer rates are dramatically increasing, which I'm not worried about skin cancer. I'm worried about getting burnt because it's miserable. And
if there's an increase in sunscreen use, and because obviously people 60 years ago didn't use sunscreen, and the skin cancer rates going up, wouldn't that be against their point?
I don't know, dude.
That is a great point.
Well, I mean,
Dake
think about it.
tweets and goes, I would never put sunscreen on my body. If your skin cannot handle the sun, you find a tree to sit under or put a shirt on. Eventually, you can build up your solar callus.
I think that's actually, Bracky, I think this is your problem.
No.
No, listen, hear me out. I need your mind open.
Listen, Bracky.
Here's why you get sunburnt. You stay inside a lot. You don't spend a lot of time outside. And then it's barbecue day, and you're out at the pool, and you're out for hours at a time. You don't have the solar. You're just like the guy that shows up in the wrestling room after 4 months off and tries to go hard in practice, and you end up puking like me. So if you went out every day for like 30 minutes, and then increased it a little bit over time, building your solar callus, which it was the words I never heard until yesterday, I bet it would be a different scenario. But you go 0 to hero, and your skin's like, whoa. We haven't trained for this.
No, even summers when I've been out in the sun a ridiculous amount and got like a bad burn, and then I'm like, okay, now I'm good. No, it still happens.
Let me train you. I think we can. Get you there.
Dave claims he hasn't been burnt in about 5 years.
Yeah. I don't think I have either. I'm gonna go with. I don't think I have either.
I don't really get sunburnt.
What does that dude do in the winter?
Dude, you think Kyle Dake won't go outside with a shirt off in the winter? Well, we can ask him.
Like in the snow?
He's on his way. We'll see him here this evening. We can ask him all these sun care questions.
But like in the snow, like there's not much sun in the winter in the Northeast.
Yeah, definitely not in Ithaca.
Right. So
he figures it out. I don't know how he does it, but he does it. Someone asked, Greco-Roman Bravo Young asked if Dake's hardened solar callus will be the difference this week 8. I don't think that'll be the difference, but it's going to help. Gonna help.
Not gonna hurt.
So he says we need to disavow all of your guys' insanity about the sun. We're giving people terrible medical advice and we'll get sued.
I'm not giving medical advice. I'm just explaining my life experience, okay, in my perspective. I would never claim.
I'm really happy for you. I wish I was like that. I do. But you know what?
Yes.
I'm not.
I legit haven't put on sunscreen, bug spray, or deodorant for many, many years. My wife will try to get me with the bug spray. I'm like, get out of here, woman.
I don't have to worry about bug spray. I don't get bit. Like, it just doesn't happen.
I don't either. Caleb gets ravaged. He just gets destroyed.
So does Olivia, and we're just sitting there the whole time together, and she's getting bit. I'm not.
Yeah, it's weird. But unfortunate for them. Great for me. They don't mess with me. Okay. Regardless of weight class, who would you want to see wrestle Musakayev? Oh my gosh.
DeSanto.
Yes.
I want it to be no tech faults possible and no injury times possible.
Kozak said that when we were talking about DeSanto wrestling freestyle in the Facebook chat. He said, can you imagine DeSanto wrestling Musakayev?
Oh my gosh. DeSanto would get teched initially and then tech him 4 times over by the time the thing was over. That would be the most amazing. If we could make that we should try to make that match happen. Very legit.
Why don't you make it happen?
Huh?
I'm sure we can get Musakayev. Musakayev would love to.
Yeah, I bet we can't get DeSanto though. We could probably get the Russian. Wait, where's he wrestle for now? He is a Russian.
Who?
Musakayev. But now he wrestles for which country? Hungary, yeah.
Hungary.
The Russian-Hungarian, easier than the Pennsylvania Hawkeye. That would be amazing. Okay. What if that was DeSanto's freestyle debut was against Musakayev? That would be amazing.
That'd be awesome.
Okay. Someone asked about Zahid Valencia. I don't know. I think there's I don't know if they're appealing or something with USADA, but I think we're not going to see him till.
These things take forever to get
I know.
For the suspensions to finally come down.
Okay.
Yes.
From Actual Cannibal 1. A guy just disrespected your wife, and now you have to beat him down. Is it anything goes or some sort of fair fighting code you have to follow?
Well, listen, I mean, what did you disrespect about? Because he said something smart. Listen, the consequences of beating this guy up are probably not going to be worth whatever he said. So yeah. I think, listen, I'm going to be a mediator here. I'm saying don't do it. Don't be a dum-dum and beat the guy up and get arrested or something. Just tell the guy he's a loser and go away.
Okay, so Ben Askren, the trained fighter, will not fight. That's a lesson to all of us, I guess. I think
it's a bad idea.
No holds
You want to go to jail over some jabroni? Yeah. You're going to go to jail, Christian? You're going to jail?
No, I won't get caught. Just hit and run.
Oh, you don't get caught.
Listen.
It's not cameras everywhere in 2020.
Listen, that guy from FRL. We know him. All I've ever wanted to
show up
do.
on
You're a public
set.
figure now.
All I've ever wanted to do
Yeah.
was flee on foot one good time. For some reason, get off the grid for a little bit. I think it'd be great. But no, yeah,
I heard
no
this one story that made me think. You made me think of this, Christian. And I will not say the name of the person, but and this is many years back, obviously. Very, very well-known wrestler was taking a piss after leaving the bar, and a cop came up to him. Right, and he said, "Hey, you can't do that." And he was implicating that once the guy got done peeing, he was going to arrest him, right? But he was going to let the man finish peeing. And the guy says, "Hey, do you know who I am?" And the cop said, "No." And the guy said, "Good." And he took off and he got out there before he got arrested.
Oh my God,
That's hilarious.
that's a great question. Do you know who I am? No. All right, deuces. All right, it's been said Dake has an upper body advantage over Chamizo. Even with DT as a favorite, does Miles Martin have an upper body edge over DT? He's put Bo on his back multiple times, and Bo is considered to have dangerous upper body offense. So the reason I don't consider, I would say, who is a better upper body wrestler? I would say Miles is a better upper body wrestler than David Taylor. But the issue I see is, how is Miles going to get there? And who has put David Taylor in upper body situations other than Kyle Dake in the Olympic trials in 2012? Like, literally, what is the track record for seeing? I've never seen like Dake getting jacked, or David getting jacked up in underhooks or even in body locks. He's so able to control his opponent. That's why I kind of don't consider the upper body advantage for Miles.
Yes, I agree. Exact same thing as you.
Okay. Well, hey, 9:37.
If
Hang on.
if
I
they
got a
do
question
Greco,
for you.
Christian,
What'd you say?
if they had to do Greco, then maybe we'd be not going to do a start.
Absolutely.
Have you told you said your son wanted to get a gold chain because
Yeah, Caleb
he's
wants a
this is
gold
awesome.
chain.
like
Oh
any-
my
world.
gosh.
like all these baseball players have, right?
Yeah, they all have gold chains.
They all have the gaudy chains that when they run the home run, it bounces everywhere.
Looks sick.
Have you told him about what a bunch of cheaters the Astros are?
He is holding. Yes, he knows. It really bothers him. He has not fully accepted, 1, how much they cheated, 2, how much the cheating helped them win, and 3, that Jose Altuve, his favorite player, is the main cheater.
I was gonna ask who his favorite player was.
He loves Altuve. It's his favorite. He's got a Jose Altuve fat head on his wall.
Wow.
It's tough for him. And also, we just got MLB TV. It's tough, and he hasn't seen that his guys got beamed yesterday.
Yeah, they're getting hit a bunch, which is great. I'm glad everyone didn't forget.
Yeah, they're not going to forget that they're like maybe the biggest cheaters ever. And my son is fans of them, and you know what? I don't know what to do about it. It's out of my control.
Your son's headed down a dangerous route, Christian.
Well, I wasn't worried, but now he wants gold chains, and I'm like, where does it stop?
Next to one a buzzer to put on his.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. What's next? A buzzer? You want an electronic?
He's gonna be asking you to hit on trash cans for him.
Yeah,
with his little
cool.
wing games.
Yeah. So I don't know. Part of me is it's pretty cool. He wants a gold chain. That's pretty. I don't think there'd be
It's
many.
pretty sick.
There are not many elementary schoolers that would rock a gold chain. I think he would. When he has jewelry, he wears it. He wears his freaking Timex watch everywhere, no matter what. In the pool, waterproof. So I think if he got the gold chain, it would be here to stay. But I don't know if they make kid sizes. So anyway, do you have anything else, Ben, before we depart?
I'll be in Austin. I actually have a layover, so I won't be there till I don't know, like 1:30 or something tomorrow.
Where's your layover at?
O'Hare.
Charlotte.
Ooh,
No, Charlotte.
American Airlines,
That's
I
right.
guess. Yeah, Charlotte's
Yeah.
fine. Lots of
Nice airport.
rocking chairs. It is a nice airport. Well, travel safe, Ben. Everyone else, if there's any competitors listening, please travel safe. We are approaching Chael Sonnen tomorrow. Holy cow, that's going to be fun. We're excited for that. We are so thankful for you listening. We know you're very excited for Saturday. It is getting closer every day. We're going to have some on-the-ground coverage. We got some really cool Dake and Chamizo profiles that are going to hit the site today. We've got a Fletcher Caldwell one coming up soon. So thank you guys so much for your support. Thanks, Kyle and Ben. We'll see you tomorrow. Happy Wednesday.
Peace.